Hello, welcome everybody. Windy City Savage live right back at it. Go ahead and introduce yourself, co-host.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Disappointing Man SG3. How y'all doing tonight?
I am doing good, and we have a new camera, folks. No more shitty 720p quality. I finally upgraded in the cost of $39.99, almost the cost of an ESPN subscription.
Actually, more like an AEW pay-per-view on Max, but okay.
On Max, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not paying for that shit. Anyways, my point is that we are live. This is your Windy City Savage episode right after Raw. A little bit late, but better late than never.
Literally.
My man, what do you think of tonight's Raw? What was your highlights? What was your thoughts? What do you think?
The conversation between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman.
That was a little intriguing. Conversations between Roman, Jay, and Jimmy.
Yeah.
The fact that Roman says, I have eyes everywhere around here. So, and then he mentions, so why is Jay doesn't like taking my advice? So there you go, man. There goes your heel plants, seeds coming about. I can't wait. We already know that Jay's going to finally turn heel eventually.
Actually, did you notice today they both came in late for the entrance?
Yeah, they both did. They might have had an argument. Who knows,
Notice they didn't even show him coming into the back like they normally do.
Yeah, maybe.
I just are like, where are these guys at? But they normally show them in the backstage, putting water, talking a bunch of trash, and then walking in. They didn't do that this time.
Yeah, maybe there's going to be some WWE, exclusive type of thing going on, like backstage what really happened. They probably couldn't agree on something. I did see that. I remember the announcers mentioning where they at? Did they get lost?
Yeah, you see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put it this way, dude. One thing that really got to me tonight, and it's a surprise, and that was actually Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch. That match was really good. Surprisingly better than I thought. I thought it was gonna be a squash match. Going in, Maxine Dupree did look a lot better. Did actually play up to the crowd really well, especially when she started doing her Kurt Angle, Chad Gable impersonation when she took off her straps and then started going, I honestly thought that was great. Starting to come up to her own. I did like the whole count out where Becky was playing up to the crowd thinking Maxine was behind her still. Maxine slowly crawled her way to the ring, got in right on time, and guess what? Won the match.
Yep.
Did not see that coming, but one hell of a match in my eyes just because of the surpriseness. I'm not saying it's the best match I've seen on Raw, but it's the surpriseness,
Here today we can probably say it is.
yeah, probably. So anything else you want to talk about with Rock, tonight?
Raw? I like Becky Lynch, little tantrums that she was throwing. That was kind of funny.
What about Kyrie?
I wasn't about to bring that up. Kyrie, Io, and no Rhea.
No Rhea, well, she's in Australia. Actually,
yeah, we already know she's in Australia. That wasn't even a question. But I like the fact that it was no, smack. Do as I say. Go out and fight.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, how Kyrie doesn't really want to attack Io, but kind of stuck listening to her mentor, She doesn't want to disappoint her mentor, the one that taught her everything. So, yeah, I mean, she listened. But do you see any more conflict going around, or you think Kyrie's going to give in, or you think Kyrie might fight back?
And you probably will see a little thing at Perth where it's maybe she's going to turn. It's Kyrie's about to turn on Asuka. Then look, and it's it's going to be like the deciding point. Do I go with Io and be good and get cheered and, we can start something new and fresh and move forward and Asuka continue to be better and upset and frustrated for the rest of her career, or do I side with Asuka with my mentor and grow from there?
Yeah, right.
I feel like you're going to see it in that match. Okay. And then turn around and just, Kyrie's going to give her either a big slap or just start beating her up, and then here comes Asuka to do the same thing.
Yeah, I can see that happening. It's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about predictions pretty soon, but let's just come up with a little bit more things of tonight's Raw we could take away. We do see tensions rising between Jay, CM Punk, and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, it looks like we're gonna have some sort of type of feud. I don't know where this is gonna go, but because it's like I don't know if you noticed, but they were all over the place here, man. Jay with the OG bloodline, Jay with LA Knight and CM Punk. Right now, we know that Seth and Cody are going to be busy facing each other. CM Punk did throw his jabs tonight, which wasn't really much of a jab. So one interesting thing that I saw from CM Punk's promo tonight, and that was where he tells Seth, that he has his number on a fair fight, and he says, and you know that I'm better than you, and he looks at the camera, everyone knows it. That was I felt like that was a little jab to your boy on the other side, MJF.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a nice little, I felt like respect, a little nod, because I don't think CM Punk dislikes MJF. Anything, I think he likes him a lot. So, it's kind of nice to see him throw an Easter egg out there for people that may have caught it. I think it was an Easter egg, because I don't think he's going to just throw that out there like that. He's just going to look at the camera and point, same thing with MJF does on the other side. So, so my question is, AJ Styles did talked about during the match.
Well, he tried at the beginning, got cut off by Judgment Day, and then at the end he did. Sorry, cut you off.
He did, yeah. So he did say, you know what, the story doesn't have to write. It's we don't have to have a story. The story writes itself. How do you feel about this, man? Because I'm pumped.
I'm pumped, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's right, man. I mean, look, we all know Cena was going to come out and promote this at all. Nor is he going to promote it into social media. It's not Cena's thing. And look, man, I have my thoughts and opinions with the Cena run. I'm going to just say it flat out. Worst run ever when it comes to setting up his retirement tour. And that's not a Cena's fault. That's more of the guys in charge. We're not going to go into depth in that. But we're going to finish off strong. Literally, we have nothing but matches in the beginning of Cena's retirement tour. All of a sudden, we're getting all these matches squashed in. There is a report out there. We're just going to say this. Supposedly, it's sort of confirmed. I don't know. I don't believe this when it comes to Meltzer. That they already have John Cena's final opponent for Saturday night's main event. And that person is Gunther. So it's going to be interesting if that does fall out. We haven't seen Gunther in a while because of an injury, because of an actual injury. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, so let's just go into it. All right, we're going to talk about a little bit of Raw as we go, but let's just go into the PLE coming up this Saturday at Perth.
Very early, too.
Very early at Perth. All righty, my man. Today, we open up with Roman Reigns, Bronson Lee, and the wise man, Paul Heyman. So, I'm just going to say this. Pretty good back and forth promo. Not bad. Not the greatest. Not the worst. All right, not bad. All right, so now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is not going to be my match I'm going to look forward at all this weekend. This is just kind of a last minute thing. We already know that. Mm-hmm. They just needed to throw something in, and I'm not really looking forward to it just because I thought they were done already. You know what I mean? Like, it should have been done, but it's going to keep going. Because obviously they don't want to feed Roman Reigns. They don't want to feed Bronson Reigns to Roman Reigns or vice versa yet. They're saving that up for something more special. We're going to get there. Braun Breaker. But we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in a good old-fashioned Australian street fight.
Oi, oi, oi.
Which is basically your WWE street fight. Because what else?
Oi, oi, oi.
I mean, what they're going to add? Kangaroos or something? I don't know.
Maybe Roman could be dressed up as a kangaroo. You never know.
Yeah, good luck with that. Like I said, not my match I'm looking forward to between all these cards under, because honestly, this is the weakest one. And adding weapons is probably going to bring more of the good factor to it, but like I said, not looking forward to it. Who do you got? And why?
Roman versus Bronson.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go Roman because he's Roman. That's plain and simple. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be one of those kind of matches where they go back and forth. I can see Bronson getting in a little bit of of offense here and there. In the long run, though, I do see a spear, Superman punch, finishing the night.
So here's the thing, though. So you got Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Braun Breaker at then? He's not inserted at any point in tonight's, on that night's card or morning card, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of concerning. And yeah, you could say, well, you got the Usos to back them up, but we're having tensions rise. All right, man. If things don't play out well, I might switch up this one later on. I'm gonna pick Roman for now.
Okay.
But I'm on the edge. I might actually go with Bronson Reed.
I can see it, though. Why?
Because I feel like this is gonna be Vision heavy tonight. That night. And I feel like the Visions are going to come out on top and strong as they should. Because Roman already beat Bronson once.
Yeah.
What is the point of running this back and having Bronson lose once again? I get it. He's kind of your jobber.
I may actually switch that one. You know why?
Why?
Because he did say he felt salty that he didn't win in Australia the last time that they went.
That too. And Australian street fight. And once again, the factor is Bronson Reed is not in there. Like I said,
Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Bronson. Goddamn it, these damn names are all the same.
Just call him Braun number 1 and Braun number 2.
Yeah. So either way, it's gonna be interesting. Let's just go. I'm gonna go with Roman, unless you're gonna change. But I also think Bronson Reed might just pull it out. But let's just keep going.
For right now, like this says on the bottom, card subject to change. Can maybe change that on Friday until you know what, bro. I'm gonna go Bronson just for the heck of it,
Cool.
Match number 4 though, Rhea and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Who you got and why?
That's a tough one, dude. I don't know. This is a tough one.
They go either way. Both of them have like a reason to win.
Okay, so Rhea and Io work well together against the Kabuki Warriors. You would assume they're gonna, go over Asuka and Kairi Sane, and both sides they still have conflicts. So we did hear 2 weeks ago Rhea asking Io, "If I team up with you, my only concern is can I trust you?" Yeah, that's a big factor on that side. On the Kabuki Warrior side, Asuka, Kairi not on the same page. Kairi does not want to fight Io. Kairi didn't even really want to fight Rhea either. Tensions are right there. Fuck. So the point is, tough. Who do you have? I'm still guessing here. Shit.
This is a tentative pick, just for the sake of the show. Tentative pick. I will come back to it. You know what? Let's come back to that one.
All right, let's go with the simpler one. John Cena versus the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. We both know these people are in the end of their career. So Cena's retiring by the end, and AJ's been confirmed to retire next year, or early next year. Like AJ said tonight, we don't need a story. The story writes itself. They for sure are gonna give out a fucking phenomenal match, and that's for sure. So put it this way, dude. Honestly, it's not even because I already knew the outcome, but I saw the promo earlier, and the fact that they did mention it was, at the time there were the 2 biggest guys in each company. John Cena back in the day in his prime was the biggest guy in WWE, and when TNA was at its prime,
AJ Styles
was basically the main guy there. So they did mention it's WWE versus Mr. TNA. That kind of already puts you as the category of Sting versus Triple H, where they said it's us versus them, WCW versus WWE. So you already know that the WWE guy is going to go over. It's John Cena's match. I don't think AJ has no issue putting Cena over. No matter what, the couple of times they face each other, it's been magic. Best matches that I've seen in a long time. I do have Cena winning, but I think this is going to steal the show no matter what.
Yeah.
The closest one to me would be the one on top of the card next, but we're going to read that in a bit. It's hard, man. Honestly,
If I was WWE, I'd make this your main event.
I would want to see that as main event because this is going to steal the show. I think this is going to be good. We got to have a comment. Oh, Movie Maker.
Hey, tonight's Raw felt like one of the better Raws in the last few weeks. Everything seemed to flow nicely.
I do agree. I thought this Raw was a lot smoother and nice. I did mention earlier, Movie Maker, that I was actually very shocked, and I thought the match of the match that stole the night was Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch, because I did not expect Maxine Dupree to basically work up the crowd like she did, because she did look great, a lot better than she usually does. So she's been training, you could tell. Lots of star power. I do agree. I mean, you had Roman open up the show.
Literally.
That's enough star power as it is. But dude, like, the segments went very well. Hell, Lyra and Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Good segment. Shocked me. So, obviously when they faced what Lyra faced Roxanne won because of Raquel. After the match, Becky grabbed Lyra and said, let's go, we're not finished. Next thing you know, later on, we see Becky and Lyra beating the crap out of Raquel. And then Roxanne comes out of nowhere. Did not see that coming. Maxine is showing WWE Creative that she does not want to be treated like another blonde who is just an eye candy. I like that. She did know how to work up the crowd, dude. Like I was saying, when she took off the straps like Chad Gable / Kurt Angle, used to do, and the crowd went crazy, I'm like, damn, man, like, that's star potential right there. And the way she not stole the win, but she won sneakily, going back inside the ring while Becky didn't realize what was going on. I like that. I thought, because intentionally, I thought she was going to come out, get squashed.
Yep.
That's it. We go on to the next segment. Now it was a little different, and I liked it. I thought it was great. So back to this Perth card, by the way. John Cena versus AJ Styles. A lot of history, dude, because you know what? Remember, this one, when Cena did beat AJ Styles the last time, it was for his 16th-time champion. So there's a lot of history, dude. Get a little emotional on this one because two of my favorite, wrestlers at their prime was AJ and John Cena. So AJ is going to be my GOAT for the indie scenes and for TNA, and while Cena's just my GOAT overall. Yeah, we're just going to have to roll with John Cena, man. Just because. Cena. Yeah.
Regardless of how many times, you know what, you're right, though.
Yeah, so next one.
Stephanie McCoy versus Tiffany Stratton, Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown WWE Women's Champion for the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship.
That big ass belt last year. Yeah, the ring. So they keep the ring, they don't keep the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's put it this way. I watched SmackDown Friday, and I saw this segment, contract signing.
Yeah.
It was the most boring contract signing I ever seen in my life. There's nothing. I thought they were going to fight. I thought they were going to be back and forth. I get it. Stephanie's English is not great. But I feel like Tiffany could have carried on a little bit of the segment, but literally nothing happened. So Tiffany was about to go out, and then she gets attacked. I mean, dude, this whole segment fell short, and this whole storyline just feels really short with them. Okay, so let's just go on our predictions with this. I think it's going to be a decent match. It could be great because Tiffany's not a bad wrestler. Stephanie is a good wrestler. So it could be underrated match of the night, but I'm going to have to go with Stephanie back here.
Yeah, I was going to go Stephanie too.
Tiffany does have a little bit of undefeated streak, but then that comes to an end. I think we got Stephanie going over, so I think it's unanimous. Stephanie, I'll take Steph.
Even Movie Maker said, I'll take Steph.
3 for 3. No Wendy's combos tonight, but yeah. All right, let's go on the top of the card because we might have to go back down because we were indecisive on a couple.
I just won, really.
Well, depends, We got because right now we got John Cena, we got Stephanie. All right, let's go with this one. Cody Rhodes, your undisputed WWE champion, versus Seth Rollins, with his world heavyweight champion on one side, and this is gonna be for the men's crown jewel. Big ass title, man. This thing weighs probably like 20 pounds itself. Um, what do you got? Dude, let me just say this. Promo for this,
Fantastic, phenomenal, amazing.
segments, great.
Amazing.
I like this. What do you got?
Movie Maker said, I think Drew McIntyre helps Rollins win and joins the division.
Interesting.
I feel it's going to be someone different. I don't know why, but I'm getting like an itch. It could be Brock Lesnar.
All right, so I'm gonna disagree with both of y'all. All right,
Talk to us.
because
Preach is so no.
look, anything could happen. I'm not saying that Movie Maker is not wrong. I'm not saying that you're not wrong. But let me throw you my thoughts here. All right, I don't think Brock is a good fit for the Vision because the Vision's all about, the future of WWE. Brock Lesnar is more of an associate of Paul Heyman. So we already know Rollins is having his little back and forth kind of with Seth Rollins. And he does mention to Paul that he needs to win this match. And he needs to. It's going to break him if he doesn't. Because he hasn't beaten Cody clean. And that could cause an issue where Paul's like, shit. Pulls out his phone. Hey, I need you here. Out comes Brock. Saves the day. When Seth's out cold or, distracted or something. You know what I mean? Attacks Cody. That's it. Okay. Movie Maker. Let's just say if someone else interferes. I already got my pick, and that is Randy Orton.
Oh,
We already saw tensions going on for a bit where Randy's eyeing that title. So look, it's been a while. It's been the talk of the town that eventually he's going to RKO Cody Rhodes. Look, Triple H has been simmering that pot for quite a while. Look, man, you're not cooking. You're kind of going to the point where you're going to burn this whole thing. All right, just do it already. Go to Perth, have Randy come out, try to save the day, and maybe attacks him with the chair, right? And then cost champion, not champion. Well, yeah, it is champion. And then after the match, little tensions where finally Randy snaps and just RKO's him for good. And now we set off the feud that we've been waiting for finally. For quite a while. I don't think Drew's gonna be there. I just don't think so. But it could happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. Movie Maker does say, yeah, Randy would be cool. That's my prediction. I feel like Randy's gonna get inserted to the storyline, and it could possibly be Brock Lesnar. I don't know if we have anyone joining that night though.
Here's what I think. So I'm not gonna sit here and say the fact that Brock joins. What I'm saying is he's going to have an allegiance with him.
Well,
basically, like in other words, like let's put it, he wanted to get back at Cody for whatever. Gets back at Cody. He looks at Paul, and he's like, now, Paul looks at him and says, "Hey, you owe me one now."
Well, yeah.
Favorite being War Games. Hey, I got my fifth guy. Here he comes, the Beast.
Yeah, the association.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's association.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're building tension between Seth and Paul because Paul's calling the shots. Not only that, but eventually you could see Paul betraying Seth Rollins in the future.
Yeah.
And basically pushing Braun Breaker to the moon.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of possibilities with these storylines. I do like the fact that they're finally putting tension between Paul and Seth because when the wise man, when Paul's been the beast incarnated, associate, whatever you call them, I forgot what they call it. Regardless, he's never been building tension like that. No. So finally, you got him to build a tension. I like this. I like where this is going. We got a comment, bro. Go ahead.
He says, and Seth and Randy have history with the authority. Remember, Rollins always needed the authority to help him win. matches back in 2015, which is very true.
That is true. That is a nice,
Nice point.
yeah, nice point to say. And it's going. This is going to be an interesting one. So, by the way, who you got? You got a set?
I got Seth, bro.
All right. So,
Sorry, Mika, if you watch this, I'm very, very sorry, but I'm going Seth.
so
She's gonna be mad at me.
So I got Seth. I got Stephanie. I got AJ Styles. We got Roman. So that's what I'm saying. Now we're back to number 4, and that is Rhea Ripley, Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Who do you have?
Hold on, so wait. I have Seth, Stephanie, John Cena, Roman, which could change by Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I'm not sure if Roman needs one. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's a question mark for me because it's an Australian street fight. You know, Bronson Reed did say I didn't feel right because I didn't win there. You know, that's one thing I'm
All
saying.
right, screw it. I'm gonna go with Bronson Reed.
You suck. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bronson Reed.
All right, so let's go to Rhea and Io Sky then. I feel like the same way. I don't feel like Bronson is gonna lose this one, and then we don't have Braun in any of these match cards. It's gonna be a heavy Vision night. Yeah, I think Vision's gonna win all around. Remember, that's what we're gonna see at Twitter. Vision wins the night.
Hashtag Vision.
So who we have here then? Rhea, Io, Kabuki Warriors.
So one second, hold on. When you said you have Seth, Stephanie, AJ.
No, sorry, I didn't mean AJ. I meant John.
Okay.
We're down to the last one, man.
Me and you basically got the same picks all the way until the last one.
That's what I'm saying. So who do you have? I'm gonna go with the Kabuki Warriors. I'll just say that.
All right, you're gonna go Kabuki. And screw it just for the hell of it, only because we're in Australia, Rhea and Io.
Okay, I can see that, and I can see them actually winning just because of that.
And we have to have one different at least.
Look, tensions are on both sides. Like I said, Rhea, I don't think Rhea really trusts Io. And also, we do see tensions rising between Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Here's what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like what's going to happen is Rhea and Io are going to win, right?
Okay.
And once they're done, Rhea's going to say, hey, let's bounce, let's leave. Io's going to say, hold on, these are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure the fact that they're okay. Rhea's going to look at her and say, hey, don't do it. No, I want to help out my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. I want to help my friends. All right, cool. Look, you do what you got to do, but I'm about to head out. She's about to start heading out, start leaving and stuff like that. And then out of the blue, it's like, I could feel that whole little stipulation that I told you happens. Rhea tries to come back, gets sprayed in the face by Asuka, and then keeps the continuous right now beef going. That's happening right now between the four of them.
Okay, I like that storyline. I'm not gonna lie. My version would be this: heels always win the first one. I feel like if this is gonna continue on, I feel like the Kabuki Warriors win. I feel like Kairi Sane is gonna pretend like she has an injury. Io, being the good friend she is, gonna be concerned.
Yeah.
Check up on her, and she's okay. Rhea is like, what the hell's going on? Turns around, spray, because the ref is going to be paying attention to Kairi Sane. Spray with the miss. She can't see. Asuka finishes her off. And Kairi takes out Io. Next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, bam. They look strong. They win. You could go either way, my man. But that is That is our prediction. Let's go into. We have NXT versus TNA, and it's no longer called Evasion.
Told you they're gonna change it.
It's called Showdown, and Showdown it is because it's about time we got a TNA versus NXT. This is the closest we're gonna get to TNA and WWE. This is something that if you would have told me this, like 15 years ago, would have laughed and said, "Get the fuck out of here! It's never gonna happen." But it has happened. So, look, put it this way. We knew this was going to come. Since last year when TNA invaded NXT for a couple of times, and we have seen talent from both sides. We have seen talent from NXT show up in TNA, vice versa. They're going on for quite a while. We're finally here. We're finally got some storyline. I do not watch as much as NXT as I should. It's on my to-do list, but lately, just because of this, I've been watching it. I'm gonna tune in tomorrow, that's for sure. And we're going to tune in on the other side. So I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I'm going to DVR that stuff, or I might put 2 and 2 at the same time. So, all right, listen, I'm just going to give you a little bit of knowledge of what I've seen. And that is, we already got a couple of matches that day. So I'm going to give you one of my favorites because I'm a Mustafa Ali guy.
Yeah, I was about to say Ethan Page was going to be a banger.
Mustafa Ali versus Ethan Page is going to be one hell of a match right there.
Yep.
Dude, I seen this promo. I felt Mustafa Ali's energy that day. It was good. And it was real. It was true. So he said that he was supposed to eventually go for the NXT North American title, and that title should have been his. But then he got released. That's what he said.
Okay.
So the company that released him, he basically shoot the shit with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was nice. It was real. That's what I like. I like that direction that they went with them. And look, that year when he was in WWE, he had a bad year, dude. Overall.
And he was supposed to win Money in the Bank, and Brock Lesnar came on and did what he did.
And that was last minute.
Yeah, super last minute. Even Vince was like, dude, you're going to win it. He's like, yeah, dude, totally. And before he went out, he was like, then Vince came to me and said, we're going to go with the change of direction. What do you mean? Brock.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I had high hopes for Mustafa Ali, but I do love what he's doing in the indies, actually. And now he calls his shot. I like his gimmick going on right now. I think Mustafa Ali's in good terms with himself. And, dude, he cut one hell of a promo. So did Ethan Page. For the NXT North American Championship, who do you have on this one?
I think Mustafa Ali.
All right,
only because he's from Chicago.
All right, I'm going to go with, look, man, I want Mustafa because he's my boy. But I'm going to have to go with Ethan Page, man.
I can see it, though. I can honestly see it. I can see that more, but again, I'm right now choosing with my heart. Chicago.
And
go Mustafa.
The reason why, look, man, the reason why is that, I'm going to be real. I don't think WWE wants somebody to hold their titles instead of like it being vice versa, where you're seeing Trick Williams holding the TNA's World Heavyweight Champion. But they don't want anybody else from the outside, definitely, holding on to their titles. So I do not see Mustafa winning this one, unfortunately. I wish he did, but hey, it could happen. All right, next one. The Hardys versus Dark State for winner takes all, my man. TNA World Tag Team Champions and the NXT Tag Team Champion. Everyone is banned from ringside, and that's really for Dark State because they got a hell of a fucking group. Yep. That's a tough one. This is gonna be a fun match. I'm gonna go with the Hardys.
I was gonna say the same thing because I feel like they're finally gonna add the last title that they need on their resume to finally say we did it.
And not only that, but I feel like if WWE was comfortable with anyone holding their titles,
yeah, we were the Hardys.
Yeah, because at that point it's like they have a WWE name brand going on.
Literally.
So I will go with the Hardys. Next one, we have the Survivor Series Tag Team 4. So this is basically the classic Survivor Series, which is a lot better, in my opinion, sometimes than having War Games every year. All right, Team NXT, JC Jane, Jada Parker, Sol Ruka, and Lola Vice
versus Team TNA, Kalani Jordan, Jessie McKay, hey, Cassie Lee, hey, and Mara Said. Jordan Grace will be the special guest referee.
All right, we'll talk about that in a bit. The Jordan Grace and Joe Henry special guest referee. So Team NXT, Team TNA, that's a tough one. Let me put it this way. A lot of Team TNA women were ex-NXT superstars, which is kind of funny.
That I said, hey!
Actually, I think it's all 4.
I think so, too.
Yeah, it is all 4. Yeah, I remember now. Because those, yeah, she was in NXT, Mara, and so is Kalani. They're just on different names now, but yeah, they're all in NXT. I remember hearing about them leaving and joining TNA. So I'm just gonna say this. With this one's gonna be tough. Jordan Grace is special guest referee. So there was a little incident backstage where Joe Henry and Jordan Grace were asked they both asked each other, how come we're not part of this? And that's when the leaders came and said, look, we can't trust you. We don't know where your alliance is at. We don't know if you're NXT or you're TNA. So Jordan Grace was
TNA.
the knockout champion. Yep.
A long
TNA
time.
made her name in TNA. Left, joined NXT. Joe Henry is going to be on his way out eventually to join NXT, but he's still in TNA. So, in my opinion, they have the right to speculate why they shouldn't be in either group. All right. Tough one. Who do you have for the women's side?
You first.
I'm going to go with Team NXT on this one. Jessie Jane, Jada Parker, Soruka, and Lola Vice. Look, if things didn't go to shit here, and I'm talking about the allegations with Masha Slamovich, she would have definitely been the captain. I could see that. I do not think anything different. But, and not only that, but what's her name? Tessa Blanchard. There's still not the allegations there, like from back in the day. She would have fit perfect here, but WWE doesn't want to take the risk, and I understand. I would have definitely went Team TNA, but here I'm just going to go with NXT. I feel like they're going to take...
That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe Jordan Grace costs... I feel like they're inserted for a reason, and I feel like Jordan Grace will cost Team TNA some sort of... I don't know what it is, but eventually it's going to cost them the win that night.
I can see that. So, yeah, I'm going to go to Team NXT.
All right, I'm going to go to the other side with the men's Survivor Series Classic 4-on-4. All right, we got Ricky Sainz, Trick Williams. That is your TNA World Champion. Javon Evans and Miles Bourne.
Versus Team TNA, Mike Santana, Frankie
Kazarian,
Moose, and Leon Slater. With Joe Henry. Special guest.
All right, who do you have?
We'll go NXT on this one.
I'm going to go Team TNA.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Hit me.
All right, so Ricky Sainz is right now the champion.
Yep.
Just newly crowned. All right, here's the issue. Trick Williams and Ricky Sainz are not on the same page. I seen that from the episode that I watched this Tuesday. Tensions are there. Trick Williams anointed him as co-captain out of nowhere. All right, things are not going very well for them. There's already tensions there. Team TNA from the other side, Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, which is one hell of a fucking big guy in my opinion.
He is
one of my favorites, and Leon Slater, one of my personal favorites, new rookie up and up comer. Look, maybe they're not in the same page always, but dude, right now the momentum's on Mike Santana. He's gonna win that TNA champion. He should have won it on that triple threat match and would have got a hell of a reaction. I felt like they dropped the ball, and I felt like WWE kind of pushed for Trick Williams to win. Not a fan of that. I like Trick Williams, just not a fan of that. I thought it was Mike Santana's moment, and they're gonna face off for, I think it's Bound for Glory, if I'm correct. They're gonna face off for Bound for Glory, and I got my man Mike Santana to win. So he has to ride the high momentum. I had Mike Santana going over here, and I feel like Joe Henry is going to be part of the problem for NXT, on top of Ricky Sainz and Trick Williams not being on the same page that night. So you already got NXT. I'm going to get TNA on this one. All right? Not a bad matchup for tomorrow. No. I'm probably going to simultaneously watch both these shows. So this is going to be a good card. I like this. Very intrigued. Let's go on to the other side. And let's go on to AEW's Title Tuesday. Now, I'm just going to tell you the truth. There's not that many titles on the line for a fucking name like this. So it's like one of my little gripes with the AEW sometimes. All right, so let me give you some background here before we mention all this. Okay. So you seen the title today? AEW last week for the anniversary, for the 6-year anniversary, pulled out some of the lowest ratings in in AEW history.
Dang.
475. Yeah, that's a lot lower than expected. And yeah, you could say, well, yeah, they got some from HBO Max. Look, I think the numbers they pull in from there are probably around the range from 50 to 100,000, give or take. Still pretty low. 6th anniversary. All right, let me just mention some reasons why I think they're pulling out low numbers. Look, man, things are going to a right direction, but you still need to fix a lot of the issues.
Yeah.
All right, storylines sometimes do not make any sense. I'm going to tell you why. Kenny Omega got attacked from Kyle Fletcher, got put through a table, was out for quite a while, wasn't going to show up at All Out. We understand that. He had some obligations when it came to a gaming convention. He was there. That's cool. That's what's up. All right, comes back. Last week, it was him and Bro Dito versus the Don Callis family, which consists of the Young Bucks and Alexander. It was a pretty solid match. It really was. Okay? After the match, guess who comes back?
El Ídolo.
Andrade comes back. Shocked me. Shocked everyone, I want to say, because no one expected him to return to AEW that quickly. Came back, shocked the world, attacked Kenny Omega, and now we got our feud set for what probably looks like it's going to be Wrestle Dream. Andrade versus Kenny. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad match, but it does not make any sense. All right, storyline. If Kenny Omega is coming back, you would think he's going to feud with Kyle Fletcher. Instead, you're feuding with Andrade. I get it. Andrade's back, and you want to throw him to a bigger feud. Kenny Omega's the guy. Storyline does not make any sense. This could be part of the rating situation. All right, that's one example. Let's go on to the next example. And that is this whole Death Rider thing. We thought when Jon Moxley lost, things were going to simmer down. If anything, things have been picking up.
Yep. I was going to say they've been picking up storm.
So that's another issue, man. People are getting tired of the Death Riders. You can't just be throwing the same storyline week by week by week. That's one. All right. Let's throw in another one. Mercedes Moné. I liked her. I liked Mercedes. I really do as a wrestler. This whole belt thing going on and her winning gets tired after a while. You know, yeah, it's nice to see 6, 7 belts that you have. 9, but at the same time, eventually you got to lose them, man. You got to lose a couple. You got to show her downfall. You don't have to lose everything. Her TBS champion, she should definitely have until she breaks Jay's Cargo record, which I don't know if she already did. But at some point, we're just getting tired. All right? It's not going anywhere. There's just a lot of gripe here, man. There's just a lot of storylines that need to fix. One that I just don't get is this one. All right. Samoa Joe. We also have, we have the Ops. We have Hangman Adam Page, and they team up, and they face the Death Riders that night. All right. They won. And then all of a sudden, Hangman grabs Samoa Joe's, tag team titles or trios title, whatever it is, passes it to Samoa Joe himself, throws him at it, basically like here. And then Samoa Joe drops it. They both kind of just drop it. All right. Samoa Joe takes offense to that.
Yeah.
And then, he's celebrating. He pulls him back. He's like, hey, I wanted to let you know, you've never beat me. And next thing you know, they're about to like clash, and Power Hobbs has to break it up, calm it down. Next thing you know, all of a sudden we have Samoa Joe challenging Hangman Adam Page for the title that way. I mean, they do cut a segment eventually, but that's kind of a weak thing, man. Like, there's not that much storyline to it. So I'm gonna tell you why. You know who makes sense to challenge Hangman right now? The guy that beat MJF. Who's the guy that beat MJF? Mark Briscoe. Yeah. So that's my point. Mark Briscoe has beaten MJF. MJF is the guy who's been chasing Hangman Adam Page. So guess what? Now you have the right to chase after the title. That makes a lot more sense. I like Samoa Joe. Doesn't make sense why he's all of a sudden in a feud with Hangman for the title. It should be Mark Briscoe in that situation. Yeah. So there's a lot of issues still there. Okay.
By the way,
Look.
to let you know, firstly, sorry, completely random. Firstly, Mercedes Monet, she has been champion since a little over a year.
Okay.
Jade had it for 508 days.
So we're about to get there, and that's going to break the record, which I do agree she should.
Okay, cool.
Because look, they're not going to have Jade Cargill hold that record forever, and especially now that she's across the pond.
True.
We do have a comment.
No. Oh, I think Becky Lynch has done more for her women's division than Mercedes Monet has done for her division.
I mean, look, I like Mercedes Monet, I really do, but she hasn't done much in AEW.
Just collect titles. It's like that's a shot at WWE.
It is, and you know, she says she has no creative control, but it seems like she does. It just doesn't make sense, this whole storyline with her, whatever it is, you know, belt collector. I get it, it looks nice, but it's just there's no appeal to it anymore. I think it's starting to lose a lot of its steam and really pushing, you know, fans away from this. And this could be due to, I'm not saying it's just her. A lot of this and inconsistent storylines, it's probably due with, you know, the viewership right now.
Sure.
Jurassic Express returning. I like it. I'm hyped. The issue is why? Why all of a sudden Luchasaurus left his old group to come with Jack Perry once again? You know
what makes the most sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, what did Jack Perry revive Luchasaurus? Because he was the one that revived them on video. There's some stuff that needs to be explained before they go chase after, you know, the tag team division. Yeah. So my point is that there's a lot of inconsistent storyline in AEW. They're doing a lot of the right stuff still. They just need to really get more consistent into the storyline. 10 belts more coming.
10 belts, Monet coming soon.
I think she is chasing after another title. I'm actually for real. Like, I think I heard that she's chasing another title from another promotion. I think there was like some poster out there, and then fans were like, not another one. Shout out to DJ Cali. Let's go in through this card. Title Tuesday. Let's see how many titles are actually on the line. First off, let's go with the Her Syndicate versus the Demand in a good old-fashioned street fight. I saw this. I actually like this, how MVP said, look, you beat us. I'm not going to lie, you got the best of us. It was mostly my fault. Well, guess what? I'm not down. I want you guys one more time. You guys man enough? Let's do it. Street fight. So now the Demand versus the Her Syndicate. Who do you have?
Her Syndicate.
All right, I got the Her Syndicate. The only reason why is because they're in Florida.
Yep.
And MVP is from Florida himself. So we'll go with Her Syndicate. Next match, Double Jeopardy Eliminator match. And that we have Brodito, one of my favorite tag teams. And that consists of Brody King and Bandito. I do like how Bandito keeps trying to do the Macarena constantly in the ring and trying to get Brody King to do it. And Brody's like, I ain't doing that shit. Versus the Don Callis family. Oh, by the way, Andrade
is part of the cat.
That's a hell of a fucking group, man. They got like so many people in there. I think they're like about 15 deep now.
Yeah.
They're I think they're bigger than the Bullet Club.
Damn.
Ever was at this point. Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, and Okada. Who do you have? That's a tough one.
That family's becoming
They're bigger than the NWO. My God, man, I have not seen a stable this big in a long time. What do you got here?
Just because it's Okada, I'm gonna go with Don Callis family.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Brodito, man. I just think that Brody King and Bandito has been on a roll, and they're gonna just keep it going. With outside interference, I could see, you know, Don Callis family winning because, like I said, those guys got like a whole fucking army in the background.
Literally.
So we'll go separation. Brodito versus Don Callis, 1-on-1. All right, next one. Mercedes Monet to be announced. This is an open challenge. Doesn't matter. Mercedes Monet takes it.
I was gonna say, do we have to discuss this one in depth?
Unless they're bringing out a surprise signing.
Even then, though, they're still gonna have Mercedes when they win.
Depending on the signing, though.
It has to be huge.
Yeah. which,
like huge.
hey, you never know, man. In these type of situations, since they're facing NXT on the other side, Tony Khan might just pull out his wallet and his checkbook and sign someone big. He'll do it. We've seen it before. So we're gonna keep tuning on that. All right, this one's gonna be my favorite tonight, or that night. Kyle Fletcher versus Kyle O'Reilly. I think it's gonna be match of the night, in my opinion. Single match for the AEW TNT champion. I'm gonna go with Kyle Fletcher. But I do think this is gonna be a match of the night. He's gonna steal it. What do you think?
I figure for me personally, from seriousness standpoint, I feel like it's gonna be the number one. It's gonna definitely steal the night. It's two technicians really going at it. They're really gonna go definitely at it. But I feel Kyle Fletcher is gonna win it. And maybe this could be a little pathway into maybe him versus maybe either Omega, not MJF, Hangman. Maybe down the road for something just random.
You mean a rematch, Kyle Fletcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had a good match. Yeah, eventually, I could see that happening for the future for him. But right now, he's doing good with the TNT championship. So I feel like if he's going to chase the world champion once again, he's going to have to drop the TNT to make it seem like he's actually going to win it this time.
Yeah.
All right, next match. Orange Cassidy versus Pac. I'll tell you this. Pac came out with that new look.
Yeah.
Whole different guy, man. That's shocking, man. He's actually wearing a shirt.
And he cut his hair.
Yeah, and he's wearing a shirt because always when you see that man, he's always shirtless. Like, geez, man, don't you wear a shirt? Even the promos he was cutting, he's always shirtless. I'm like,
he just loves his body, man.
I'm gonna go with Pac because like Orange Cassidy
with those devastating kicks.
Yeah, but I think the Death Riders will interfere because you don't see them too much inserted at this night unless things are different later. And they'll insert more matches, but you don't see too much Death Rider matches here. So I feel like they're going to interfere somehow, some way, and outnumber Orange Cassidy and cost. And since Pac is returning, I feel like they're going to cost Cassidy the win. So I'm going to go with Pac.
I'm going to go Pac, even though Orange Cassidy is my guy with those devastating kicks that he delivers to people. But I go Pac.
Okay, so we got Pac. All right, my favorite would be Jurassic Express, and to be announced. We'll see how that goes. So be interesting to see.
I go Jurassic.
Well, no shit. It's TBA. John Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. I don't know why this match is happening, but it's interesting. So I'm just gonna go with John Moxley because Death Riders and same storyline, same old shit. And Tomohari's kind of like past his prime. Unfortunately, it's more of a jobber at this point, and I don't like saying that for a legend like him. So put it this way: we got about 2 matches of actual titles. Let that sink in. Maybe there's gonna be another match inserted. I hope so, because for calling it Title Tuesday, should be all the titles on the line. I don't understand, but that is your AEW Title Tuesday. I'm gonna watch both shows. I'm excited for one hell of a night of wrestling. All right. Let's get into some gossip of wrestlers. All right. Andrade made his return. You know your boy, Dave Meltzer, noted some stuff, and that is, I'm going to read you one part. SG3 is going to read the other. Meltzer noted that Khan usually keeps wrestlers who are leaving the promotions on the sideline or has them loose, which was not the case with Andrade. The former WWE star, though, eventually hit back at Meltzer and stating that the cordial conversation with Khan before his exit that claim a lot of several Meltzer claims are wrong. Let me just say this. Meltzer also said that he kind of just put it, Andrade is a jobber. This is why Andrade is just really pissed off right now. And he says how he bounced around, so put it this way. He said that Andrade has really no respect for Tony Khan, that he heard from people in the back that he has no respect for him as a booker, no respect for him as, leader, and all this shit that he was talking about. Who knows if this is true? So go ahead and read the part where Andrade clapped back at him.
Andrade said in a tweet, And Dale Meltzer won. You talk too much without proof. And sir, I'll only tell you one thing. When my contract with AEW ended, I personally went man to man to thank Mr. Tony Khan for the opportunity to be in AEW. And that's all I'll tell you. If I wanted to talk more, I will show you that you're wrong about many things, but you keep killing the business. Yo le deseo lo mejor, said Andrade. Andrade says you talk too much without proof. Literally. Tell him, movie maker. Tell him how it is.
Well, when you were saying the first part, he already typed it in.
I know he did.
Yeah, so he already knows what's the business. I mean, look, man, Dave Meltzer is Dave Meltzer. I like Andrade. Him returning makes sense to this company, returning to AEW. Where does this feud go? Nowhere, obviously. Look, man, Dave Meltzer, just don't feed into Dave Meltzer, man. We already know Dave Meltzer's looking for the controversy. He's going to attack at all angles. So if you're trying to bring heat on both sides, it makes sense to keep going at it. Yeah. I do believe Andrade. I do feel like he does have respect for Tony Khan. Otherwise, and vice versa, I feel like Tony does like Andrade, and they did leave in good terms. So, or else, why would he be signed right away? You know what I mean? He had a no compete clause. He didn't have none of that stuff. And all of a sudden, he appears in AEW. They're both on the same page. Everybody's in good terms, besides Meltzer and Andrade at this point. Who's worse, Dave or Vince Russo? Well, bro. That's a tough one. I don't know.
I'm gonna go Vince.
I'm gonna go with Dave.
Vince talks like dude, you can tell he's a disgruntled employee.
Yeah, but Dave doesn't start too much fights compared to Dave, dude. How many times have Dave Meltzer got attacked?
A lot.
And yeah, Vince Russo's just an idiot.
That's why people don't pay attention. We don't want to start fights with him.
Because he's an idiot.
That's why.
I do like his feuds with Jim Cornette. That's hilarious. I do. I don't know if you ever heard this one, but Jim Cornette says that he hopes he outlives Vince Russo, so that way he could go to his grave and piss on it.
Hey.
And that's a promise he said he'll get to keep. And I do believe Jim Cornette.
Yeah, I believe him too.
Yeah, I do like Jim Cornette though. I don't agree with him every time in a lot of the subjects, but I actually respect him because he actually brings knowledge.
A lot of knowledge.
Yeah, so he backs up his stuff, man, and I'll respect that. You know, you can't always agree, but look, if you're talking that shit and you're actually backing it up,
I have proof to back it up.
Right? Yeah. Same thing. I was gonna mention this one. This is a fun fact, guys. The Rock, the Brahma Bull released a film, and it seems like it's tanking. The Smashing Machine was on track to open about 6 to 7 domestically this weekend, right?
It did open at 6.
Yeah, 6 or 7. We all know.
5.9 million.
Well, it says here 6 to 7 on the notes that I got because I got it from a website. So the movie had a $50 million budget. Let that sink in. So if it's opening up already with that amount, and that's your opening day, it doesn't look like it's gonna make it. It looks like it might make it, but I think it was 3rd ranked through that weekend. And I think the Taylor Swift documentary.
Oh, God.
And that I get, because you're not going to beat the Swifties.
You're not beating the Swifties.
Nah, because even CM Punk said it, you know what I mean? Like, he mentioned, I'm the Taylor Swift for guys or whatever. He already knows Taylor Swift's on top no matter what. All right, now you're a fan. If you guys are fans, hey, more respect to you. My point is, though, didn't go well. Movie looks interesting just because he's a different shape than we usually see him, different look. If this one goes bad, he's gonna get a lot of shit. And if he gets a lot of shit, do you see him returning to WWE again sooner or later? Just because his ego's gonna get hurt and he's gonna run back to us fans to get more of that emotional support.
Movie maker, thank you. I agree with you. I don't trust the reviews until I see the film myself.
So don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you that it was a bad film because I don't know. I haven't read the reviews, but I heard it's tanking in the box office. That's for sure. I don't know about the reviews. I have not watched the film. Am I going to watch it? Yeah. Don't know when, but I am going to watch it. But I'm not going to lie to you. What I seen in the trailer looks interesting.
Yeah, it is.
So it's a film that I'm going to watch for sure. It's on my to-do list. When is it? I'm not sure. Movie maker, if you do watch it, Hey, comment, let us know, because I'm actually interested to see if I should just go invest my money into watching one of Dwayne Wayne's films. It's been a while since I've seen one too.
So look, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 73% out of 100.
It's not bad.
IMDb 7 out of 10.
It's not bad.
Fandango 77%.
It's actually not that bad, man. A lot of films get panned or they get really great. He's getting right in the middle.
Yeah.
So it could be a lot better than expected. Like you said, don't trust the reviews until you see the film, yourself. That is true. Like, so I'm going to watch it. If you do watch it, let us know. If you're going to watch it at G3, let me know. It's going to be interesting, man. I thought that was interesting because, Rocky's getting paid a lot of money for a film to tank.
Well,
that's got to hurt.
Supposedly, so again, this is rumor mill. There was a post that said that he actually took a huge pay cut for this movie.
And what is that?
Instead of normally getting his 20 mil that he's guaranteed, he actually went down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And from this movie, like, he gave it back to the producer and to the co-host, the co-star.
Yeah.
So he took even a bigger pay cut. So who knows, like, if that's really true or not? They're kind of trying to make like The Rock look like a good guy in the limelight. Like, yeah, he's not that bad of a guy, Who knows? That's rumor mill.
I think he was very also into this movie. Like, I kept hearing him praise this thing, and now he's saying this movie, this whole time being, it humbled him.
Actually, he did admit that in multiple interviews. He did say, you know what, this movie changed my life.
His
character changed my life.
Well, let's just see how his character changes throughout the next year, if he stays the same guy as he always does.
I still hope he's the final boss, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. To me, those days are gone, unfortunately, just because it's too much time passed, man. I don't know anymore. He should start now, all the way till next year to not Crown Jewel, Saudi WrestleMania, which I guess they already got logos for the Rumble.
It's all good. Saudi will pay him good money to be in the main event of Saudi Mania.
Well, we already know that, unfortunately. Look, if this was 2 years ago, I would have been excited. But the longer we wait, he's going to be more stiff. I mean, the guy's not getting any younger. I'm very concerned of him wrestling. Yeah, I mean, you could train, but dude, you're past your 50s. I mean, things don't work the same. What do you think John Cena's going to retire? AJ's going to retire. The Rock's a lot older than that. So it's concerning if you see him wrestle, man. I mean, it really is. The reason why he does better in tag teams is because he has people
to
wrestle for him. Make it a Saudi street fight. Oh yeah, I'll pay for that. Yeah. Why not? I'll pay ESPN $30 a month for that. Another interesting fact. I don't know how true this is, but it keeps getting mentioned. So when it keeps getting mentioned, there's some truth for it. And the president from TNA has been spoken about a lot of things. One is, when are you going to go find yourself a good network to be on? Because, what's it called? All Access, ASX, whatever it is. That one channel that many people probably don't have. I used to have it. They're broadcast on. It's not a channel where most people have access to, even though it's All Access. Like, I forget what they call it, but it's that music channel.
VH1?
No, not VH1.
Oh, okay.
It's another one. But regardless, look, they used to have New Japan episodes in there too. I think they still do here and there. But look, that's been their home for quite a while. And they're asked, hey, when are you going to get a network? How's things going? They're like, oh, things are going to go looking good. I think we're going to get a deal pretty soon. And thanks to the right people helping us now, which is WWE. Yeah, like, I think eventually we're going to hit a network. And we could assume it's probably the CW.
Or probably even USA. Maybe.
I think USA would require a little bit more because they're a top channel. I think it's CW because CW has been more hungry for wrestling. And if they do get it, I feel like WWE would help them, put in a good word, only if it benefits them, which it has so far, by having NXT stars win the TNA champion. Not only that, but if they switch instead of Thursdays to Wednesdays to compete with AEW,
yeah,
I don't think they're going to beat AEW, but I do think they're going to put a dent. And that's the whole point. And one thing is that it's not WWE's name brand that's going against
AEW.
It's TNA. Because the last time they went toe-to-toe,
AEW won.
Yeah, NXT lost. it made Triple H look bad. That hurted Triple H. It still does. So they're going to use TNA to their benefit to go against AEW. So if TNA is willing, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. What's the difference between an Australian street fight and a Saudi street fight?
Exotic animals? I don't know. Kangaroos?
I was going to say one says, oi, oi, oi. The other one has a lot of sand.
A Saudi street fight.
It's the sand. Then the oi, oi, oi.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know what the hell's the difference. We're going to find out this weekend.
Movie maker in Australia, it starts with a headlock and ends with a beer. In Saudi Arabia, it starts with a handshake and ends with a camel clutch and a sponsorship deal.
Nah, actually, it ends with your company getting bought out.
Literally.
Talk to EA Sports about that, or EA, whatever it's called.
EA Sports, yeah.
Yeah, they're Saudis are monopolizing the game, that's for sure. It's boxing. I'll put it this way: if TKO didn't buy out WWE, it would have been the Saudis.
Yep.
It was going to be the Saudis. Triple H, Vince was in talks with the Saudis at the time, but decided to make business with TKO. Now, if TKO ever decides to sell WWE, which could be a possibility in the future, it would be the Saudis are the only ones that are willing to pay for a crazy amount for this sport.
They are starting with sports.
They're smart. Look, they're smart. I give my hats off to certain things because they do make big investments and big returns with fights and stuff like that. But I'm not into any sports getting monopolized because it doesn't turn out well. It's just eventually it's their prices, their product, nothing else. And they go, we're going to price everything else and make it challenging for fighters, wrestlers to really get paid well.
I do not support the laws and culture.
Yeah, that's something I don't support either as well. So this is why you're not going to catch me in Saudi. Look, I respect everybody, as a person. You're just not going to catch me in Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. So that's that. Another rumor, though. There is talks that, once again, TNA might be for sale. The president did say don't rule it out as a possibility. It could happen. What do you think?
If they do, you know who's going to buy it?
It looks like WWE might buy it. And then once again, we're in this. Look, there's going to be some fans that are going to be hype, and I get it.
Because I can finally see it more often.
Well, look, I get it regardless. My point is more like
you're monopolizing the game again.
Yeah, and when you monopolize all these companies and you buy out your competition, and not saying TNA is really competition like they used to be, but when you buy out more basically smaller groups, you're going to basically price out everybody out.
Yep.
And they already have. And look, you go to TNA show, I'm not going to say it's the most affordable. It's about the same as AEW, but you're going to pay a lot cheaper than going to WWE. Now, you slap the WWE brand, things go up just because of the name itself.
The 3 letters.
So you throw out fans, your fans that supported TNA. That's bad. All right. Not only that, but now the wrestlers that couldn't go to WWE or had their issues with WWE can't go to TNA anymore. You cut out one section. Now you're left with a little bit less. That doesn't go well. It doesn't go well for anybody, man. Like, it sounds good. Dream matches, all that stuff. At the end of the day, it's not going to go well overall for the future of the sport. And you cut off TNA that's been around for 20, 30 years. What if they decide to call it quits, cut off TNA, and finally kill the product completely and just take the library out,
Literally.
which what they want the most?
Cheeky Alcatraz coming for every promotion.
Yeah, they are. They are. I can see that. Because, they already have UFC and they have MMA locked up. What's UFC competition? I don't really watch that stuff too much.
I don't really have one like that. There's nothing.
Wasn't that at some point like back in the day?
Strikeforce,
Bellator
too. Bellator's still out there,
but not as big.
No, Strikeforce went down. I think they actually went bankrupt.
But that's because the UFC was kind of taking over, monopolizing that game.
Yeah,
and they did. that's TKO, man, and that's like, and now you only have whatever they offer you. You know, whatever what's his name wants to offer you, Dana White.
Yep.
Are they any boxing promotions? There is a lot still left. So there's what is
Golden
it?
Boy.
Top Rank, Golden Boy, what's his
Mayweather
name?
Promotions.
Mayweather, but they're not that big. What's his name? Al Heyman's one.
PBC.
PBC, yep, PBC is a big one. There's a couple still left. I mean, I think Don King technically still out there, even though he doesn't get that many people. He's still out there. You still got a couple of promotions. But if the Saudis take over, they could buy out a lot of promotions out there. They do have the money, and I mean, boxing. Boxing is a dying sport. I used to be a big boxing fan. Still watch it here and there, but it's a dying sport, unfortunately. Like, this is why the Saudis came in and tried to take over, basically. I mean, they did a well job recently with the Netflix thing going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just don't like it.
We will be watching Raw's at 8 a.m. Eastern time next week, so that means 7 a.m. our time next week. I'll be watching.
I'll be catching it, and I'll probably I start work, so I got to work. I'll start work at 9, and if it starts at 7, I could watch most of it. Yeah, so I'll watch most of it and probably watch it on my break later. So I'll catch it. Movie Maker, we'll be streaming.
Not late, but we will be streaming.
Well, we won't stream it afterwards. We'll stream probably like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock our time. So wherever you're from, wherever you're from, man. I never asked actually, but yeah, wherever you're from, we'll stream eventually around 6 to 7 or 8. Yeah, one of those times. Just put your notification on, and we'll be there. We'll definitely be there. That's just an odd time, man. It's for Raw.
It's Raw Australia.
I know,
it's
but
Netflix.
Still, though.
It's Raw. It's Netflix. It's Australia.
I actually prefer when it's just regular time. Like SmackDown is when they put it somewhere and then they show it later. But it's just an odd time. But I don't know. Any other thoughts, man? Any other stuff that you heard this week?
Nothing real. We just talked about it. The last opponent for John Cena has been so far, quote unquote, confirmed to be Gunther. Looking forward to that. Can't wait for it. It's gonna be fun.
Well, it hasn't really been confirmed because it's Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Confirmed.
Yeah, I don't think it's confirmed. I just think it's Meltzer approved.
Yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt. Things could change, obviously, and
cars obviously change.
Yeah, and I don't doubt it because if they hear something, they're like, you know what, we don't want it. Overall, I am excited for tomorrow. NXT versus TNA and AEW's title Tuesday. I'm gonna watch both simultaneously, one TV to the other.
I'm excited for Perth.
Perth is gonna be good too. It's gonna be a good week of wrestling, and hopefully we get things to calm down when it comes to drama of wrestling. But nah, it never happens.
Never does.
But anyways, thank you for joining, guys. Please like, subscribe, tune into us next week. We'll be a little bit earlier, a little bit later, technically for Raw, but we'll be here.
Once again, like, follow, subscribe. Also get the notification. Press that little bell to let you know when we go live. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Have a good night.